An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum by Stephen Spender. Stephen Spender was an English poet, novelist, and essayist who concentrated on themes of social injustice and class struggle in his work. Stephen Spender took a keen interest in politics and he declared himself to be a socialist. In this chapter, he has concentrated on themes of social injustice and class inequalities. And through the example of slum children, he attacks those who are exploring the weaker sections of the society. Dear students, in this poem, we have four stanzas. The very first is far, far from gusty waves, these children's faces, like rootless weeds, their hair torn round their pallor. The tall girl with her weighed down head, the paper seeming boy with rat's eyes, the stunted, unlucky hire of twisted bones, reciting a father's gunnar disease, his lessons from his desk. At back of this dim class, one unnoted, sweet and young, his eyes live in a dream of squirrel's game in tree room other than this. So, dear students, in the very first paragraph, Spender describes the miserable condition of the slum children. The faces of these children, they are not like the usual children of schools. So, what do they lack, dear students? These students are just like rootless weeds. Weeds, unwanted plants. They are unclean and untidy as they are malnourished. They don't get proper food. They are sick. They are hungry. And dear students, just as weeds are not wanted in the garden, so are these children of the slum, they are also unwanted in the society. They have dull faces and their hair is uncombed. So, dear students, in this chapter, the very first we have a tall girl. A tall, slim girl has her head bowed down. And the reason behind is that she is exhausted physically and emotionally. Physically, because of malnutrition, she doesn't get proper food, and because they are so poor that they are not able to meet their both ends, and emotionally, because of poverty. So, dear students, the other students of the class are also in the same situation. Then there is a boy. The boy is as thin as paper, and the poetic device used here is simile. He is as thin as paper just because of malnutrition and lack of basic facilities. And he has eyes just like that of a rat, searching for food and betterment. Next, we have a child in the class who is a victim of genetic disorder. Actually, this boy has twisted bones and his growth is also stunted. He has inherited this disease from his father, and that's why he is reciting his lesson from his desk in a very weak voice. And dear students, in the same classroom that is poorly lit and ill equipped, dear student, there is a sweet, unnoticed young child who is lost in his world of his dreams. The dull and the monotonous classroom does not interest him, and his mind deviates towards the squirrel in her tree room. So he too dreams of fun and frolic in an open space. So this is what we have in paragraph number 1. Far, far from gusty waves, these children faces. My dear student, the children are very far from the gusty waves. It means the poet has here described the pathetic condition of the children, and they are far away from the beautiful sights of nature. Dear students, they have been compared to that of rootless weeds. And dear students, their hair scattered, they have dull faces. And then we have four children. The first, a tall girl whose head is down just because of poverty and malnutrition. Then we have a very thin boy, right, paper seeming boy, but having rat eyes. It means searching here and there for food. Then we have an unlucky guy. Why unlucky? Because he has inherited a disease from his father. And the next case is that of a sweet young boy who is lost in his dream world. And dear students, he is sitting there unnoticed and dreaming of squirrels. The dull and monotonous atmosphere in the classroom is perhaps unable to arrest his attention.